The creature's glowing eyes dimmed slightly as it studied her. "You abandoned your post, Eliza Harrow." "I left the cities of men," she replied. "I came here, I watched, I guarded, alone." The wind stilled. The mist form shifted into something clearer now, a being woven of roots, shadow and moonlight, not monstrous, not kind, something older than both. "We are not demons," it continued. "We are not ghosts. We are what remains when the world forgets its ancient boundaries." Thomas stepped closer despite his fear. "Why now?" A creature looked toward the village of Blackmere, nestled quietly under the vast sky of the United Kingdom. "Because humans stopped believing the boundary mattered." The silver rings on the ground flickered weakly. "The pact weakens when guardians are feared and left alone." A heavy silence fell over the hill. Mrs. Dalloway's voice shook. "All these years you were protecting us." Eliza did not turn around. "Yes, sir." The word was simple. "I stayed when my husband died. I stayed when you called me cursed. I stayed when children threw stones at my gate." Her voice softened, because if the boundary broke completely, what lies beyond would not stop at the oak. The creature raised one long, shifting arm toward the widening tier. Inside the crack, shapes moved, vast forests under unfamiliar moons, rivers flowing backwards, and silhouettes of beings far larger than the keeper itself. Evil, but not human, not meant for this world. The breaking point. The ground shook violently. The silver markings shattered like frost under sunlight. The boundary was failing. "If it opens fully," the keeper said, "our world and yours will overlap. Time will twist, nature will reclaim. Your village will not survive the merging." The villagers panicked. "What do we do?" "Close it. Stop it." Eliza closed her mother's book slowly. "There is only one way," she said. Thomas looked up at her. "What way?" Finally turned to face the village. "The boundary requires a guardian. Not temporarily, not in fear, permanently." The wind howled as the tier widened again, brighter and more unstable now. The keeper lowered its head. "You are the last of the Harrow line." Eliza nodded. "I know." Thomas's voice broke. "You can't stay here forever." She knelt in front of him, her eyes gentle for the first time since he had known her. "I was never just living in that cottage. Thomas," she said softly, "I was waiting." "For what?" "For the boundary to need me completely." Behind them, the oak tree's roots began glowing, reacting to her presence. The creature spoke once more. "If you bind yourself as the eternal guardian, the boundary will seal, but you will no longer belong fully to the human world." The villagers stared in horror. "You mean she'll become like you?" Mr. Fletcher whispered. "Not like us," the keeper replied. "Between." Eliza stepped into the glowing circle. The wind dropped instantly. The tear in the air pulsed violently as if resisting her. She placed her hand against the ancient oak. "For 20 years," she said aloud, her voice echoing across the hills of Blackmere, "you feared me for being different." Closed her eyes. "But I chose you anyway." The silver markings surged upward in streams of light, wrapping around her like threads of moonlight. Thomas ran forward. "Eliza, don't." Smiled faintly. "You were the first person who saw me as a person." She whispered, "Take care of the village." Keeper lifted its arm. "Do you accept the eternal watch?" Eliza inhaled slowly. "I do." The moment the words left her lips, the light exploded. The tear in the air shrank rapidly as silver roots of energy sealed it shut. The roaring whispers faded into silence. The mist creature stepped backward.